Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez warns lawmakers foreign investors would flee if they are not given a clearer picture of how the economy and its features would look like under a federal system of government. He says foreign investors will not invest if the rules are not clear. But Dominguez clarifies, quote, "I am not against federalism. We need more clarity. We cannot go into the public and say there's very little clarity on the fiscal provisions." Dominguez says paying for national expenses and debt must be clear under the new constitution. He also wants lawmakers to explain how they intend to fund national agencies, personnel, and the military under federalism. At least 7 major business groups in the country back the economic manager's stance on the matter. Senator Ralph Recto says economic managers must not be shut out as the cost of federalism is front and center of the issue. Dominguez and Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Ernesto Perña earlier drew the ire of Consultative Committee member Father Ranillo Aquino for their statements against federalism. Dominguez previously called the draft charter confusing and said he is not in favor of it at this time. Perña warned the shift to federalism would wreak havoc on the economy. Foreign Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano denies he said the Philippines should set aside its claim over the West Philippine Sea so it can do joint development with China. But video taken by Rappler and the official transcript by the Department of Foreign Affairs contradict Cayetano's claim.
Sir, about the 60-40, I understand that this is 60-40 in favor of the Philippines. Ibig po ba sabihin nito ay nagparaya na yung China dun sa assertion nila ng indisputable sovereignty?
No. That is precisely the point of the talks, and thank you for that question. If we're going to wait for a decision on territory, it might take forever. Might take 1 year, might take 100 years, might take forever. Maybe by the time we're all relying on wind and solar, or some technology has come and oil and gas is not that important anymore. But for us to come to some kind of agreement, which is the same as COC, we have to put aside territorial and sovereign rights claims, but not abandon them.
Cayetano mentions another falsehood. He says the Philippines was making a claim over the West Philippine Sea. It is no longer a claim, but rights upheld by a tribunal in The Hague. Acting Chief Justice Antonio Carpio says it is no longer the disputed West Philippine Sea. Branded enemy of the people by U.S. President Donald Trump, the U.S. news media is responding with a campaign countering his narrative and highlighting the importance of a free press. More than 200 news organizations participate in a coordinated campaign Thursday, with editorials about the importance of an independent media and a social media hashtag enemy of none. The move comes in response to a call by the Boston Globe. There is a growing sense of unease that Trump's rhetoric is harmful to a free press and may even incite violence against journalists. The Boston Daily says it called on editorial boards nationwide to write and publish editorials denouncing a dirty war against the free press. The coordinated effort comes amid Trump's ongoing claims of fake news from media outlets that publish unfavorable articles and calling mainstream media outlets the enemy. Free press advocates argue Trump's efforts threaten the role of the press as a check against abuse of power in government and imperils the constitutional First Amendment protection for journalists.